I would love to be one of these people who sits here now begging LovingDoubt not to close her account. But sadly, I can only all too easily imagine all sorts of scenarios, and the problem of course is that, as many other people here, I have absolutely no idea what's going on, what might be prompting her to consider closing her account, but I can imagine the worst kinds of scenarios, in which case people might feel they have no option other than to close their account. And the last thing somebody in such a precarious position would need is people putting pressure on them not to close their account. No matter how sad it is to see somebody as enjoyable to watch as LovingDoubt has been disappear, all I can really do is, maybe suggest that rather than, completely closing the door and burning the bridges and closing the account, maybe what she seems to have done anyway is to put the account on private. So there is a way to come back, especially in a situation that might be of a transient nature, of a temporary nature, a situation that may resolve itself over time. Be good to then have that account with all your videos intact, still there, to come back to whenever you feel you need to. But even if you're just, a more common scenario, if you're just feeling fed up with the whole thing and you feel like what's the point, and you don't feel you've achieved anything, which of course, as far as I'm concerned, is definitely not true. I think you're probably one of the more enjoyable people to watch on this site, and your videos are not nearly as one-dimensional as many other people's videos tend to be. You have a real depth going into what you're telling us, and it's a real human story and worth listening to. But, it is your own perspective that counts here, and you might feel that it's not worth keeping. Well, that is maybe how you feel now. Maybe. Like I said, I have no idea. But that might change again in the future. There was a time when you decided to make videos, and you had your reasons, and they were, I think, good reasons for making videos. And even if now you don't feel like that anymore, you might change your mind again. So even for that reason, I would suggest keep things the way they are now. Keep your account on private. If you never change your mind, never come back to it. But if you do, it'll still be there, and everything will still be there. Your videos will still be there. The only other thing is that I think people will need to know, just from a practical perspective, especially in a situation where, for example, you feel you are in danger, if there's a situation like that going on, and the presence of your face on the internet is something that can cause you real problems, or even just, you're facing discrimination, you might be looking at losing your job or something like that. I have no idea. Like I said, I have no idea what's going on. But if it's something like that, you might want to make sure people understand that they shouldn't be mirroring your videos, because I can imagine people will be doing that, especially if they feel your account is gone forever. People might decide that the work you've done was great on this site, and I can well imagine that people might feel that they want to preserve this, and if it's not on your channel, they might want to preserve it by mirroring it. And if that's the last thing you want, I think you need to make sure people understand that. So yeah, I would prefer to see the LovingDoubt channel back up and running, but I don't want to be one of those people putting unnecessary pressure on a situation that might be bad enough already as it is. Whatever the case may be, take care, and I hope things turn around for the better, and that we'll see you back here again.